This video I'll talk about plant hormones. Plant hormones are also known as phytohormones. They're also known as phytohormones. These are organic substances that regulate the growth of a plant and also helps in the development of a plant. They are really very much important for a plant. They are responsible for proper functioning and growth of a plant. Plants produce a wide variety of hormones like cytokinin, auxin, gibberelin, abscisic acid, and ethylene, and many more. But in this video, we'll only talk about these 5. So let's start with the auxin. Auxin is one of the most important plant hormones that are responsible for phototropism and apical dominance. It is produced at the tip of the shoot. It is produced at the tip. So this point over here is the production center of the auxin. The main function of auxin is cell elongation. Cell elongation. Auxin always tries to move away from the sunlight. So let's say if auxin is being produced over here and sunlight falls this way, the auxin will try to move this way. And this is the reason why plants perform phototropism. Phototropism is the movement of a plant due to the sunlight. You might have noticed that whenever there is a plant, the growth of a plant is always towards the sunlight. That is known as phototropism. So what's the reason behind it? As you know that auxin is being produced at the tip over here, and now sunlight falls here. So what auxin will do, it will try to go this way in the darker region. It will try to go in the darker region. And as I told you earlier that auxin helps in cell elongation, so the thing that will happen is these cells will elongate because the concentration of auxin is more here as compared to here. So these cells will try to elongate, and due to that elongation, the plant will move somewhat like this because the cell elongates over here and these cells go shorter. That's the reason why plants move towards the sunlight, and that is known as phototropism. Another example is of apical dominance. Apical dominance. It's also a very cool phenomena that is also happens due to auxin. We'll talk about it in our next video. Auxin also have many types. There are many types of auxin that are produced in a plant. The next hormone I'll talk about is Gavilan. The next hormone is GIBBERELIN. It is also abbreviated as GA. Many types of gibberellins are GA1, GA2, GA3. GA3 is the most studied form of gibberellin. So what are the main functions of gibberellin? As I told you in auxin, it also helps in cell elongation. The main functions of gibberellin are growth, germination, flowering and flower development. These are some of the main functions of GIBBERELIN. It also helps in leaf and fruit senescence. It is a growth hormone that stimulates cell elongation and causes the plants to grow taller, because the more the cell will divide, the more the growth will be. The next hormone is abscisic acid. Also abbreviated as ABA. Abscisic acid is also known as stress hormone. It is called so because whenever there is a seed, abscisic acid helps the seed to tolerate the unwanted situations like the temperature and all that stuff. So it helps the seed to tolerate the stress. The formula of abscisic acid is C15H20O4. The functions is bud dormancy. It inhibits shoot growth. The next hormone I'll talk about is cytokinin. So you might have heard of the term karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the division of cytoplasm and karyokinesis is the division of nucleus. So as the name resembles cytokinin, that we can easily learn that cytokinesis. So cytokinin hormone helps the plant in cytokinesis, and cytokinesis is the cell division. So we can easily tell that cytokinin helps in growth, because the more the cell will divide, the taller the plant will be and the more the growth will happen. It helps the plant to divide mitotically. It also helps in fruit and flower development. The last hormone I'll talk about is ethylene. Ethylene is nothing but a fancy name of ethene. The IUPAC name of ethylene is ethene. That's simply C2H4. So, what is ethylene? The main point you need to note of ethylene is that it is a gas. It's a gas at room temperature. And what is its function? That is ripening of fruit. So you might have noticed, or your moms might have noticed, that whenever they keep a banana or an orange in front of with some other raw fruits, those raw fruits tend to ripen very fast. That's because at room temperature, ethylene is a gas, and these fruit like bananas and oranges release that gas named ethylene. So they helps the other raw fruits to ripen them fast. So it's one of my favorite hormones, and don't get confused by the name ethylene. It's just ethene. So the main point of it is that it is a gas at room temperature, and the main function is ripening of fruit. So that's all in today's video.